We all know that culture influences our attitudes and our behaviors. Chances are, if you were raised in North America, you probably had bacon and eggs for cereal for breakfast, whereas if you were raised in Asia, you were more likely to have soup. So we have to look at the culture in which our kids are being raised, because it's also influencing their attitudes and behavior, and especially their attitudes and behavior around underage drinking. So how do we get aware of youth culture? Well, part of it is by being curious about it. I really want you to think about being positive and thinking of yourself more like a cultural anthropologist that just like arrived from another planet and you have to discover this weird thing called teenagers and find out what they're into. Be the places that they are. Investigate the types of books that they're reading, the television shows that are geared towards them. Go on the social media platforms that they're using so that you start to understand what does it mean to like not break your streak and what are the new memes. We have to live in their world a little bit. That doesn't mean we need to intrude and lose the privacy of our children, but we need to be informed, because when we're informed about what's influencing them, then we can use the power of our parenting to guide them through discussions to correct some of the messages that social media may well be sending them. I want to talk about what some of those messages are for you today. For example, social media glorifies, and general media and advertising tends to glorify underage drinking. It would appear to youth that everybody underage drinks. This is not true. The majority of Canadian teens do not drink underage, but you wouldn't know that from seeing what gets posted on social media. The other thing is it's glorified to the point where it's as if there's never any negative consequences. People don't post the downsides. So as parents, we need to correct what that's about. I'd also like you to think about the specific messages that are being geared to our kids based on their gender. If you're raising an adolescent boy, those male teenagers are sold through their youth culture a message that says to be a man, you got to show your bravado. And your bravado means binge drinking, drinking dangerously large amounts of alcohol, and to brag about being wasted and hungover. And those messages are actually messages that we need to correct and explain the danger of binge drinking to our kids, that is not a way to show masculinity at all. Our girls are also sold about what it is to be a female and the effects of alcohol for girls. They're told through their media channels and their youth culture that alcohol is a social lubricant, that this allows you to be flirtatious and get social courage. But again, as parents, we need to correct that message and say, when girls are intoxicated, they are in a place of being in potential danger. Binge drinking and being drunk at parties for our daughters is putting them in the potential for harm. So parents need to step up and correct those messages that they're getting. And then I think the last thing to realize is that you actually have a culture too. You have your own family culture. It's why we talk so much about modeling responsible behavior when we're talking about preventing underage drinking. If you have a strong, cohesive family, you've got healthy relationships, and you are living your values, your kids are much more likely to be protected from the other culture's influence that's promoting underage drinking. Happy parenting.